What's going on, Fresh Bake? Welcome to another update of construction progress around the parks, and we're going to start today at this blue wall that we encountered in Tomorrowland. This looks to be built around a planter in Tomorrowland, and we're not really sure what its purpose is as of yet. It's very similar to the planter that, or the construction walls that popped up around that planter in New Orleans Square. If you're wondering which one this is, it's not where the churro cart is. It's this right here where the gang is hanging out and sitting. This was just last week, actually, where Sarah was living her best life. And everything that you see there is now behind those construction walls. And so I don't know if it's, if the plan is to remove them, because they have been, there's an initiative to make more room for foot traffic, because the crowds, the parks are getting more crowded. This is the planter that's just to the left of it. I'm wondering if maybe they're going to make it look like that. I don't know. Obviously, Disney hasn't said anything. So we're just going to have to stay tuned. I mean, it's going to be probably a few weeks, but my guess, my pure speculation, is that that is what we're going to get, is a planter like that. To allow for, just to kind of unclog the area. Because as you can see, this planter does take up a fair amount of space, walk space, in Tomorrowland. And it does get congested there. Let's head over to Haunted Mansion, and you can see there again is that's the planter we were just talking about that's behind construction walls. And the general consensus is that planter will be removed to make more space for Phantasmic viewing, I guess, or just make it easier for crowds because of, in anticipation of Star Wars Land. Hey, look, that's the Haunted Mansion. It's under refurb right now for the holiday overlay, and we saw some pumpkins from the Mark Twain. Thought we'd show you guys those pumpkins. You like to see pumpkins with Christmas hats on, don't you? So there you go, a little sneak peek at the refurb happening in the Haunted Mansion queue. Now, speaking of projects to ease up congestion, whatever happened to getting rid of these French fry rocks? Wasn't there some discussion that Disney was planning to get rid of these? We heard that from somewhere, I don't know, but they're still here. So how come we can get rid of those planters, but we can't get rid of these terrible French fry rocks at the main entrance to Tomorrowland? Just asking. Back in Tomorrowland, Buzz Lightyear, that wall. Okay, so this is interesting. I wasn't expecting to see much when we walked by here. I thought it was. I did expect to see the black whatever that is. I can't tell if it's paint or if it's like a, some sort of, I don't know, vinyl covering or something. But what I wasn't expecting is for it to look different than it did last week. Here's how it looked last week, and you can see how it's kind of whitewashed and not, very clean looking, and then back to today, and that's a major difference. So my question is, why, I guess? Now, again, I'm the first to admit I don't know anything about construction except for what I've learned in the process of doing these reports. I don't know if it's necessary for that to be the case, but it's just curious. It makes my mind ask questions. Why is that? Why do they clean it up so well? And what's more funny is that I've heard more than one person say that looks kind of cool. I'm down with it. Now, no chance that they're going to leave it like that, in my opinion, because that's just, any opportunity like that is wasted, I would think. You got to put something up there. Maybe they're going to put a new Toy Story themed, mural or whatever up there. By the way, it should be noted, I heard, or Ian had mentioned, that the Mary Blair mural is still in there. It's behind that. The Mary Blair mural is still there and still behind that, even though it's probably can't be restored. I don't think they could ever bring it back, because in order to put that up, they had to kind of destroy part of it. In any case, just FYI for those who are curious. Over at Tropical Hideaway, I decided to take my view or my video from a little further back just to see if I can't get anything over that wall, because I can't see anything from closer, obviously. And there's no real visible progress there. So it's about the same. But we did, again, get a couple looks at, through some knotholes. So there you go. That's knothole view number one. There's a little mini Mount Spielberg, but not much to be seen in terms of actual work done. Although we have heard that the thing will be open by the end of the year. This is the guest exit, as you leave Tiki Room, there's that area that you walk through that's been, you know, what do you call it? That's been torn up. So my guess is that they're going to, you know, redo the flooring and or make that wider. I think wider is a thing that they're looking into so that you can put tables on that walkway, because it's not going to be used for access like it was before. You won't exit Tiki Room there any further, and you won't need to use that for the disabled access either. So that's going to be nothing but just seating, and that's all. So my guess is that they are going to make that wider. No real progress on the Tiki Room, other than what we just mentioned before with that, you know, that walkway being dug up, but nothing we can see visibly from the entrance. Matterhorn, same thing, same construction walls. Next week, I think our plan is to take a monorail ride and see if we can't see anything going on behind those walls. But as for now, there's nothing. And we'll wind up at the new Pixar Pals parking structure. That's not the official name, just what we call it. And that is, you can definitely see that they're working on that joining ramp there. And you can also see that they've added a second layer or level, which is curious because it's not, is that how low it's supposed to be? Like, look at the one from the ground floor up. That looks like a normal height. The height to the next level does not look as high. And I guess I caught wind of this guy hammering. So we're going to watch him put in some, not flooring. I was educated on that. Not flooring. It is framework. Kind of like, you know, forms that we saw, or formwork. Forms, yeah, like we saw, you know, building vertically. I guess they do the same thing when you're building. It makes sense when you're building floors as well. You need forms, and then you put the, like the rebar or whatever, then you pour the concrete over that. Okay, so let's move over to this area here that where we've determined is going to be one of the, I guess, guest access areas, you know, where the escalators and stuff are going to be, the little turnaround, as it were. And I thought it'd be cool to see if we could look at this visually to describe, you know, what we might be expecting for guest access. As we mentioned last week, that's the new, that will be the remaining, the same loading area, except it's going to be lengthened all the way down to Magic Way. So right here, the trams will come through here, down that path, and that's where they're going to stop and load, I believe. They're going to load there. And then when they take off, after loading guests, they're going to go through that tunnel, I guess is the word, come around the back side of it, and then make its way to Disneyland down this path, which is the same path it would have taken previously. And then here's a closer look at the construction of said area. And now they're going to, it looks like they're getting ready for a third level. Not just 2, but 3. Working hard, man, these guys. I don't know how they wear all that gear in these heat. I don't know how they wear all that gear in this heat. Because you don't see anybody wearing short sleeves or anything like that. All right, so here's a wider look at the site, the parking lot site. And by the way, I have a suspicion. See that? There's a clear area, dirt path to the right of this structure. I have a feeling the trams are going to go all the way around the Mickey and Friends parking structure. We'll get to that. These guys are putting in the formwork. Forms. Just regular forms for concrete. He's got a big tube of something. And you can see down there at the far end, they're getting ready to build, as we suspected last week again, start extending that whole floor. Everything done in phases. Here's some guys cutting wood. They're going to get a handsaw and just manufacture boards to fit their needs. It's kind of neat. It's neat in the sense that you figure that, you know, projects of this size, and it's still down to, you know, customizing and measuring pieces like this. I don't know. For me, it feels like everything is just ready to go. You just install like Legos. But no, they've got it. You know, we need this size piece of wood for this thing right here. It just blows my mind that a site of this magnitude would still operate like that. Here's some more guys putting in flooring. I guess maybe I don't get back to that. But my belief is that, or my speculation is that the trams will go all the way around the parking structure. It's going to be one very long, circuitous route. But that's it for today, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Fresh baked.
We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh baked!